What's going on, guys? Ryan from Northwest Strings here with my final four picks for the NCAA tournament. First off, I want to talk about Syracuse. They are my favorite team. It's kind of hard to tell right now because I have a lot of Maryland stuff on. But they are my favorite team. Heartbreaking that they lost. They ran out of time. It is what it is. You know, you can't win it every year. I really thought we were going to take it this year. Would really like Kevin Rice and all the seniors to get their championship that they so rightfully have fought for all season, and kind of, I don't want to say deserved because everybody deserves a shot. But they worked super hard for it. They put in the work. They were one of the best teams all year, and then just fell short to a great Hopkins team. Who getting into the matchups, I don't want to start with the Hopkins-Maryland one. I'm going to save that one for last. Denver-Notre Dame. Originally, I had Denver winning this one. But when I filled up my bracket, I put Notre Dame. Just because towards the tail end of the season, and all season Notre Dame's been lighting it up. They've been unreal all season. But right at the tail end, they started to get super, super hot. That win over UNC was big and unreal. That game was kind of the turning point for me with Notre Dame. That showed me how quickly a penalty can mess you up. Controversial call. I'm not going to give my 2 cents about it. I thought it was illegal. I thought it was a great call. Unreleasable. Maybe I don't agree with that. But regardless, it was definitely a flag. Just not as severe as they made it sound. It looked pretty bad though. But you could argue about that all day. But so I actually have Notre Dame taking this matchup against Denver. Denver strikes me as more of an offensive juggernaut. They have a nice defense, but I don't think they're going to be able to contain Kavanaugh, Perkovic. They can score from anywhere. They have Kavanaugh inside. They have Perkovic outside. They have a bunch of threats that Kavanaugh could feed the ball to, and Perkovic can also feed the ball. And then their goalie has been hot too. I'm blanking his name right now, but he's been playing pretty unreal. And I'm going to sneeze and ruin the whole video. But their goalie's been playing unreal. He made, I don't know the exact number. Pretty unprepared for this video. I just wanted to get my picks out there. But he made a ton of key saves all through the tournament so far against Albany. So I expect him to be hot against Denver. And getting into the Maryland-Hopkins matchup, an all-Maryland matchup. This is so sick. The reason I am picking Maryland to win it all, so there you go, there's my pick. I picked them to beat Johns Hopkins and then to beat either Notre Dame or Denver, whoever wins. But I am picking Maryland to win it all. Sticking with the Maryland-Hopkins matchup, I don't want to get into the Maryland final matchup yet. You saw it in the game against, who did they just play? Wow. UNC, there you go. I'm so sorry. They absolutely blew out UNC. It was, I posted, it was a bloodbath. It was a bloodbath is what it was. They owned them defensively, offensively, and in the net. The goalie was playing unreal. He ran out of the net. They stripped the ball from him on the ride, and then he got back in the net and made the save. It was just an overall dominating performance by Maryland. Their defense, they play a certain type of defense where, they are all clogging in the middle and they're collapsing. They're always helping. They're not chasing sticks. They're just, playing body, playing smart, attacking the ball, which is unreal. It confused UNC the entire game. UNC had no clue what to do. They couldn't do anything. And then their offense, just contributing off the possessions that their defense was getting them, and then the fact that their face-off guy was winning a lot of the battles, they were unstoppable. And I feel like if they can keep that going against Hopkins, a strong Hopkins team too, don't get me wrong. They've got a lot of guys, Frazier and Brown off the top of my head, 2 unreal players that can really fire it from anywhere. Ryan Brown, one of the truest shooting strokes in all of college lacrosse. I envy the fact that he's able to shoot with that perfect form. It just inspires me to be a better player. Getting off of that, if Maryland can keep it going against that strong Hopkins team and shut them down like they shut down this, don't get me wrong, UNC is not a bad team. They were not a bad team at all going into that game, and they didn't play badly for the most part. They just got they didn't know what to do. They got absolutely shut down by the defense. So if Maryland can keep that going against Hopkins and cause the same effect that they had on UNC on the Hopkins team, I think Maryland's going to easily win that game. And then again, if they go into the finals and play either Notre Dame or Denver, if they can just do the same thing, it's a strategy that works, and it's a strategy that is hard to beat if you're an offense. If Maryland plays Notre Dame, I have a feeling Kavanaugh, being the player that he is, and being able to get out of bad situations really easily, he will be able to come up with a solution to it and be able to work around it and make the game interesting. I'm not going to get into the finals yet. That'll be a new video after the Final Four is over. But my picks through the Final Four is Notre Dame versus Denver. I got Notre Dame. And Maryland versus Hopkins, I'm taking Maryland all the way. So let's go Terps and RIP Qs. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know who you got winning it all. I know most of you are gonna have Notre Dame. A few of you might have Denver. I don't think a lot of people are picking Hopkins to win it, which, I mean, Hopkins is just the biggest threat as anyone else. They've had a couple bad years, but they're still unreal, and they're still a threat. I mean, they're in the Final Four, and if you look at the Final Four, Hopkins can be any one of these teams. So that's my 2 cents. Maryland, Notre Dame, those are my 2 going to the finals. Let me know what you guys got, and thanks for watching. Yeah.